All right, everybody sit down. Everybody sit down. Okay, court is now in session. How the fuck is everybody doing? Welcome to Judge Meatball's Court, brought to you by Delta Breeze Cannabis and Mountain. How the fuck is everyone doing? Hope you had a good weekend. I had a pretty good one, I gotta tell you. Pretty good weekend for the judge. Today's topic, I like the way you work it, no diggity. It's just stories from work. We did reasons you got fired or quit, stuff like, I think we just did reasons you got fired or in trouble at work, but we're gonna round it out today, do full on stories from work, co-workers, work drama, shit that happened at work. Everybody's got some. Guess what? I know every one of you motherfuckers besides me has a job, so I'm ready to hear these calls. What up, Chad? So call in with your stories from work, 540-583-4464. That is 540 judging, and we will get this bitch popping. Yeah, man, shit's good. Everything's going good. Almost shaved my mustache off this morning. How it goes. And I'll tell some, I've had a couple, I've only had like maybe 3 or 4 jobs, but hey, what the fuck is up, Bree? Nice. Don't ever shave your mustache. Red Baron mini pizza is delicious. The French bread joints? Absolutely. Absolutely. My kids don't want me to shave it off either, so I think it's gonna stay probably. Plus, it makes me look like a judge. Anything that makes me look credible as a judge, I'm here for it, you know? I used to work at a recycling center for a while. Like, you could turn in cans and bottles and shit, and if you could believe it, most of the people that would come there to turn in shit were like homeless people. And one time, this dude was going through all his stuff, and like one of my main jobs was to make sure everything's like in the right can, like glass, plastic cans, and then if there's any liquid in any of them, because people will try to sneak like a little bit of liquid in all their bottles to make the weight higher or whatever. And I grabbed out this bottle of extra virgin olive oil. I thought it was extra virgin olive oil. What it actually ended up being was balsamic vinegar, and I handed it to this dude. He looked like quite a character. And I handed it to him. I was like, hey, bro, can you pour this out? I can't go in here with this in it. And he takes this shit and he just starts drinking it like a half a liter of balsamic vinegar to the dough. And I know that's what was in there. I could smell it. The second he started drinking it, I could smell it. And this shit was, I was literally going, oh, like I couldn't have reacted any more extreme if he'd like, I don't know. It was fucking crazy, bro. It's crazy to even think about it right now. Yeah. Can't imagine the dumperinos after that one. I've seen a lot of crazy shit at work, man. One time somebody got like beaten up and robbed right outside the window at Baskin Robbins, and I was just looking in there like, damn, glad they're not in here. Phone lines are open. First person to call gets a big kiss on the forehead. 540-583-4464. Tell me your stories about work. Paul Rudd, job habit. Yeah, bro. They when they put that in the Ant-Man movie, that was based on me. I was working at Baskin Robbins, bro, for a minute. One time, hey, Kool-Aid Pablo, thanks for the sub, dog. Yo, that puts us at, I know that this thing says it's wrong, but that puts us at 19 subs. We are 1 sub under our Twitch subscriber goal for the month. So let's go. 20 subs, that's an all-time, 19 even right now is an all-time record. So thanks for everybody that's subbed. Yeah, bro, I was working at one of those like pyramid scheme jobs. This one was ADT. We were selling security. And you'd like go up in people's neighborhoods and be like, hey, we're actually in the neighborhood because there's been a spike in recent crime in this neighborhood. I'm sure you know, you live here. And so we would go and try to set these appointments and fucking get in and sell these security systems and shit. It was like a straight pyramid racket. Like you get that, you get to sell some, and then you can start your own office and you hire people and they'll sell some. You get there. It's like it's exactly a straight pyramid scheme. But this new dude he was setting hella appointments. He was doing hella good. And this other guy on my team was hella jealous. Like every appointment this dude said, he was mad that he didn't fucking set it. So he like tried everything. He like put Visine in this fool's drink. He like fucked with his other food. He was doing all kinds of shit to this fool, but this dude just had an iron stomach and could not be fucked with. It was incredible. Incredible. Hey, Mike, thanks for the gift of the sub, bro. That's it. That's 20 subs. We've done it. Most of them are from Mike, and I appreciate it. Hell yeah, bro. And Cheddar sub. That means no ads for you, Ched. Enjoy. I hear about all my homies, they know I don't work. So if they got work drama, I'm the first person they come to. I hear all the fucking drama at the bank my homie works at, the drama at my wife's work, you name it. I'm here for it. I'll take your side in the workplace drama. I'll tell that bitch Suji she's a piece of shit. You name it. I know what's going on in these offices is fucked up. And I want to hear about it, God damn it. We're getting a call. Let's go. Oh, it's Cheddar. It's Cheddar. What's up, Chad?
What's up, bro?
How you doing, man?
I'm chilling, my nigga. Well, I guess not my nigga, my guy. What's going on though? I got a crazy story.
Let's hear it.
All right. Well, you know, people like to steal shit out of cars, right? That's
They love
crazy and fucked up. Well, I'm at that job. I'm having a little smoke break, you know, because I only smoke cigarettes at work. So I'm having a little smoke break, and I look to my right to check on my car. My car's doing great. You know what I mean? My car's chilling. But I look to the right of my car, and it's somebody in my partner's car. So I ain't even go over there. I go in the motherfucking into the office, and I tell my Tongan partner, "Hey, Umu, somebody's stealing your shit," and he was immediately enraged. You know what I mean? You know how they get.
Fast.
So we walk outside. And he just starts running towards the car, jumps in his front seat, and starts beating bruh up. So, you know, I ran over there, flying kick to his midsection. You know what I mean? So we both just in this front arms flying into the car, beating cuz up. And then he called the police. And then the police came. And they was mad that we beat him up.
Yeah,
they didn't call the police.
So who called the cops? Your partner or the dude that got beat up?
You said what?
Who called the cops? Your homie or the guy that got beat up?
No, my homie ended up calling the cops to have his ass arrested, and they was mad that we beat him the fuck up. I'm talking about like bro, a seizure and this shit. Like he left in an ambulance.
Bro, that's their job.
And they was trying to
they don't like it when you do that shit. That's their job.
Bro, they was upset. We fucked him up.
They were on their way to come beat the fuck out of that dude right now, and they found him almost dead. It's probably pretty upsetting.
Bro, like I'm telling you, like I felt like I was gonna go to jail, but I mean, this doesn't really mean anything, but it means something, you know. But my boss is a white lady, so she got us out of that real quick.
Oh, you got a helping hand. That'll do it. I mean, that'll absolutely do it.
She came out and told us to stop talking to them. Like, no, stop talking to them. They're being assholes. Ooh. And then she started getting on them and shit, you feel me? But you know how that goes.
Fantastic. Well, that's great. You know what? You had to do it. Like you had, because if you hadn't like gone and got your homie, he'd have been up in your car next. Like you stopped a spree.
Yeah.
Who knows how many cars he got in before your friends? Night. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactamundo.
I bet
Lessons
you know
get
what?
handed out. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think you beat him up bad enough that he learned a lesson? Like, do you think he didn't break into any more cars after that? Or do you think when he got out of the hospital, he was right back on the grind?
He probably won't attempt to steal out of a warehouse parking lot again because he knows that those forklift drivers are big and they're not playing.
Yeah, he better go rob the cars at Curves. That's where I would go.
He didn't realize that the people inside of that warehouse were forklift certified. You know?
Yeah, it's strong hands only. They don't got anybody. They don't got any small people over there.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, that's it. You feel me?
That's
I done
great,
got
bro.
fired for being in a random ass fight. That was crazy, but hey, you know me already, so you know that's how I get down.
How many fights would you say you've been in at work? You just casually dropped a second one. How many total would you say you've been in?
How many fights at work?
Yeah.
Uh, at my last job too. The one got me in trouble and I got fired, but I fought two people there. The first one I just closed the door on the truck I was loading and said, "Come inside, bro." You know what I mean? Like, come inside, bro. We gotta get down. And we got down. We were hella cool after that. You feel
Yeah,
me?
you just worked it out. That's tight. That's how it's supposed to go.
And,
It's right
like,
here. You put up your
like
fists and
random.
it's these, you live. You live, you know?
Yes. But no, that shit. I'm not a grudge keeper, so if I fight somebody and they win or they lose, I mean, I'm gonna pick them up or they gonna pick me up, hopefully.
Yeah, once you guys fight, that shit's over. We don't got to take it to the death. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we already seen what happened, so we're good. You know what I mean?
Word. Thanks for calling, bro.
But
Appreciate
yeah,
you.
man. Hey, bro, love you, bro.
Have a good one. That's the dude right there. That's the guy. That's a pretty good story. I had to tell you right off the bat. Beat up a burglar at work. Beat up a carjacker. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good way to start. All right. Cheddar broke the ice. He beat somebody up at work. Let's hear it. All your work stories. 540-583-4464. That's 540 judging. Hell yeah, man. I think people fighting at work, whether they're coworkers or not, is like very common, and it can happen at any job pretty much. Because here's the thing. You guys see these fuckers every day. Everybody hates each other. Everybody hates each other. Like, tensions are already high because you had that bitch fucked up in an email, somebody, you know what I mean? Or like you said some sideways shit to this dude in the lunchroom. Like, everybody already hates each other. You have maybe one friend at work at best. So like it's like a tinderbox. It could go up at any time. People want to. It's at minimum going to be an argument. Oh, yo. So when my wife was working from home at her last job, I used to just sit, like, I'd play PlayStation or get high on the couch or whatever while she's in her little meetings on the laptop, and I hear two of these girls on her team start getting at it. Like, once you hear them start using the name at the end of each sentence, like, you know that they're actually fighting. Like, she was like, "Well, I don't know why we do that, Rachel." And then the other girl's like, "Well, Frankie, I don't think that," like, every time you hear the name, they're like going, "Fuck you, fuck you." So like, and then the next thing that happens is I hear this, like, and this, like, one of the girls in this argument is old. She's crying, bro. And she's like, "Well, I'm not going to do that. You always call me out in front of the whole team, so I'm going to call you." It was like I was living off of it, bro. Like, drama like that feeds my soul. Warehouse world is filled with men who think they're the shit. Well, yeah, bro. If they hadn't blown out their knee in college, they'd be pro right now. Instead, they're over there loading a FedEx truck with you, so they're probably pretty upset. There should be no calling out in a meeting. Oh, for sure. It's not productive for anybody. Call in, tell me your workplace stories. Yo, how about I mean, we already did reasons you got fired, but if you had another reason you got fired, I'm here to hear that too. You know what I mean? Don't think we can circle back to that. All right, we'll get it popping. We'll get some calls rolling in here. I think I'm worried I have nothing but time. This is my courtroom. It opens and closes when I say. So I'm gonna flame you in front of everyone and bring that shit from the dark to light. Hilarious. We got a familiar number here. Hello, how's it going?
Story. Yo,
What's up, Mike? How you doing?
Doing pretty good. So I'm kind of in the same boat. I mean, I really haven't had that many jobs. I got two of them. One of them that I, at the time, was fucking pissed about, but then now afterwards, I'm like, you know what, respect. So let me go with that one. We were working at, I was working at Target, the one over there on Broadway,
Mm-hmm.
and they were doing like a remodel at the time, right? So we just kind of had like a just group of like just the most fucking random people ever. It was just like just anyone who showed up there just basically like, yeah, you're hired, so weird collection of people. They just had us doing the most random shit. And I remember one day we were super busy, super behind, and it's just like everybody's about to go into like overtime and shit like that, and you can get like, it's hell dumb. You can get like written up if that happens. And we're trying to like figure this shit out, and this fucking girl is just like standing there not doing anything. I'm like, hey, can you help us out a little bit? And she's like, this shit is burned into my brain. She goes, I'm not here to work. I'm here to get paid. And I was like, fuck.
That's tight.
After that shit, I fucking quit. Yeah, no, all right. So at the time, I was like, fuck this shit. I was like, I'm not going to fucking bust my ass and then have other people not doing shit. So I fucking quit, right? Right there on the spot. I was like, yeah, I'm done. Fuck this. Then now, right, as an adult, like shit, I think I was probably like, I don't know, like 19 at the time I was working that job. Right, but now I'm just like, fuck, dude, I respect that shit so much.
Hell
That's just
yeah,
like
bro.
the
Because
best
guess what? Because you
response that
got
you could ever
frustrated
give.
with her saying that and you went and quit immediately. She kept clocking in and not working for at least like another
Hell
month.
yeah.
Like she got like 3 more checks out of them and she didn't do shit. People, I didn't know this until recently too. You have to really find someone who does not do shit at their job, like literally actively does nothing. They don't get fired forever. So like when you realize like you can really not do that much work, like nobody should be doing it. Though everything should come to a crawl because nobody's doing their job. Like that's basically what it should be like. They will not fire you for you're way better off doing nothing. Like you'll get fired way faster doing something and fucking up than doing nothing.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, like I said, at the time I was just like, man, fuck this. But then now looking back on it, I was just like, shit, she knew what was up. And like that's burned in my brain ever since. I'm not here to work. I'm here to get paid.
They should put that shit in a rap song, like for real. That's she hit the nail on the head there. Oh shit, I just
Hell yeah, put that shit on the back of the Chipotle shirts.
It's like the opposite of like the motivational quotes they put on like a wrestling t-shirt. Like don't count the days, make the days count. It's like the other side of that coin.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, but that's my work story, at least the one at Target, Yeah. All
People
right,
don't know that's like the grimiest Target in Sacramento. That one over there off X and Broadway.
Yeah,
That one.
hell yeah. And
Bro,
this was before it was fucking remodeled too,
Yeah, that shit was sketch, bro. You could
Or
definitely
like
get
during.
stabbed there, for sure.
Fuck yeah. Like we'd go out and like smoke on our breaks, and there would just be like some fucking like old dude just like hitting a 3-card Monty outside of the fucking outside of Target and shit like that. On like the workers, he'd be like, yeah, like betting for cigarettes and shit like that. Because
He's
it's
on
like
a
right
hustle
across the
like
street
in a
from the
movie.
project
That's
over there, too.
fantastic. Sure, he
Yeah.
made some money.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Thanks for calling, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, all right, brother. Take care.
He said, how the fuck Target ghetto must not be any Walmarts. This shit is in the heart of downtown and it's right off the freeway, dog. And there's not a Walmart like for another 10 or 15 minutes in either direction. So this shit is grimy, dog. It's easily within the top 1 and 2 nastiest Targets in the city. Pretty good. Yo, you're really not there to work. You're there to get paid. Almost everybody who works is like that. So I got to tell you, don't bust your ass. They don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? They're not giving you any, you're not getting bumped up for working more. So you might as well work less. Ooh, long time listener, first time caller. I'm seeing it. Caller hung up. Son of a bitch. I got too excited. There are no nasty Targets in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Oh, you Texas guys, you can't help yourself. Hello, you're on with the meatball. Hello? Who do I got here?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, this is Kayla.
Hey, are you okay? Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Hi.
I'm good.
How are you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm good. I'm good. I have a crazy work story for you.
I can't wait.
And this is a true one. You guys can Google this. This is real. Okay, so I worked for, I no longer work there. I worked for a state agency called CalPERS. The lady that I directly reported to is serving 6 years in jail for elder abuse right now.
Damn.
And I, like not my manager, but like the girl that I like reported to basically. And I was handling like retirement checks. We would basically send out retirement checks to retired people, right? Retired California state employees. And my job all day was to just like deal with money that was kicked back. Like if somebody died, like I'd have to change the bank account numbers and stuff because obviously like that's a deceased person's bank account. That money can't go there anymore.
Right.
So that was my job. That's what I did all day. Okay. This lady I haven't worked there in years. She just got in trouble for this. Turns out the whole time, every time I would report to her, she was giving me like a bank account that I was supposed to be changing these numbers to.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure if they go look, because every time you do something in the system, it keeps like your initials in there.
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure if you go look at all these bank accounts that she was funneling money out of, I'm pretty sure they were probably mostly done by me.
Wow, so you're like an
years that I
accessory.
worked
She
there.
made you an accessory to the crime, like unknowingly, right? So I'm glad you're practicing in front of me right now because you're gonna be in court
like,
about this shit later.
And I'm finding out about this, like watching the news about her getting 6 years in prison and like having to pay back $700,000 to like the government. And I'm like, nobody called me, nobody contacted me, nobody wanted to talk to me about nothing. So
It's whack too because like she made you a part of the system, like she manipulated you into her scheme. But like if you'd found out a few years earlier, you could have had a cut of all that money. Like she could have been skimming it, and you could have been skimming that.
I necessarily would have done that now, but
well,
you know,
I wouldn't have
kinda
done that
funny
either.
because,
You know what I mean? But
yeah. But what I'm telling you, I worked for the state for a couple of years, and I got some crazy stories from the state. Like when they talk about how you can't get fired from the state, like it's so hard to get fired. This was like in the height of Farmville. I would walk into these people's cubicles, 40, 50-year-old people that didn't want to retire, and they're just chilling on their computer playing Farmville, doing their thing. I'm pretty sure the only person I ever knew that got fired in the time that I was there got caught with like a pound of coke at her desk.
Holy
like it was
shit.
something crazy like that. That's the only way you can get fired from the state of California. It's ridiculous. That's
remarkable. I bet you there was still a thorough investigation too. They put her on a paid leave for a couple weeks.
Oh, of course. She got, she still got the pockets. And you know what the craziest thing about like my manager now that's in federal prison and shit like this? I'm pretty sure up until like, so they can prove that she was doing this like 11 years ago or something. I'm pretty sure up until the 11 years ago, all the money that she had earned in retirement, she still has access, like she still has rights to.
Oh shit, that's tight.
Like
it's,
they took
it's
away
guaranteed
the
or
last
whatever,
11 years,
right? Yeah.
But when she retires, yeah, it's just crazy.
That's fantastic. This is quite an office. You got somebody that's like into corporate espionage and money laundering. You got somebody that's obviously selling coke. Like that's pretty tight. Like this department's pretty lit.
Dude, it's some wild stuff happens. Like you said, like it takes ridiculous amounts of things to get fired at most jobs, but the state is even worse.
That's fantastic.
But anyways, yeah, long time listener, first time caller. Just wanted to call in and say what's up.
Thank you for calling, Kayla. That was fantastic.
Yeah, have a good one, man.
Have a good one. Right in the beginning of that call, I just heard my wife yelling in the kitchen. I can also hear, I'm like several rooms away from the kitchen and I can hear something frying. So when she was like, oh fuck, I was like, is everything good? I wasn't concerned enough to actually run out of here, but she just didn't sound like things were that dire. Like If she sounded a little more scared, I would have jumped out of my seat. I don't know, Uncle Meatball. Figured you might want to hear about the time that I bought the most expensive bottle of whiskey. One of them. Oh, damn it. The screening app did such a good job and then it just petered out. Hello, welcome to Judge Meatball's court. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, or I will call you a lying son of a bitch?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna tell you the whole the whole truth.
Let's hear it.
So when I was in the Navy, Jesus, it never starts off good. I'm just gonna say that. When I was in the military, we were all like, let's throw down. Let's get the most expensive bottle of whiskey. And I was like, yeah, let's fucking do that, dude. And one thing turned into another, and we were watching Jackass. And I was fucking 20 years old, and I was like, you can't get drunk from like putting whiskey in your asshole, right? It turns out, Uncle Meatball, that you really can.
I'm a judge. I'm not a doctor, but even I know that to be true.
Dude, I was 19 years old. I don't know what you want from me here. So I boofed a bunch of Johnny Walker 30-year reserve, and I couldn't see out of my one eye. Like, I got so drunk I couldn't see out of my left eye. And we're on a military base, right? And they're like, okay, well, we should get this guy some fucking food. So we walked down like a half mile to a Subway that was on base, and I'm so drunk I had completely forgotten what I had done, Uncle Meatball. And I'm standing in a Subway, and I just really thought that I had to fart. And yeah, so I just shit out a absolute fuck ton of whiskey in this in this Subway, and this beautiful black woman pointed at me and was like, "You get the fuck out of here!" And I was like, "I don't know what's going on." I legitimately was so terrified. I had no idea what was happening, and I was like, "What's going on? What's going on? I just want my sandwich. I just want my sandwich. Can I have bacon on my sandwich?" And a bunch of people just started pointing at me and going, "You're bacon, you're bacon." I think. I don't really know. And the next day I like woke up, and I really didn't know what the fuck was going on. And my roommate, he pointed right at me and looked me right in the eyes and goes, "Bacon, bacon." And I was like, "Wait, was last night real?" And he was like, "Yeah, you wasted about $1,800, you piece of shit." Welcome to the real world.
That is fuck. Okay, so first of all, you basically gave yourself like a whiskey enema. Like, the fact that it's very expensive whiskey is almost immaterial to the story. Like that, I mean, it does add something to it. I'm not saying it's not important at all, but that is crazy. Because first of all, it had to smell so
really
much
important.
like booze and so much like shit, and it already smells so fucking weird inside a Subway. Like, you're lucky she didn't come across the counter and beat the fuck out of you.
It was also 5 a.m, so like I'm shook that she didn't.
This broad works at the on-base Subway. She thinks she's seen it all. Guess what?
The worst part is that there was a chick that I wasn't in her division, but I've seen her, and I had been like, damn, that bitch is fine. I know for a fact she was right there. And this bitch saw me poop whiskey.
You know, they tell you right in the beginning of those movies that you're not supposed to do that shit. Like, they're like, "Hey, I know this looks like a fun time, but don't do it."
God, Congratulations, Uncle Meatball.
I'm sending
you're
you to the
only
brig for
other-
that one. I know you're not in the Navy no more, but I'm sending you back. Somebody has to do something. You can't get away with this.
I'm really happy that you know this of anyone.
Well, I gotta tell you, thanks a whole lot for sharing. Holy fuck.
Thanks, man. I hope you have a great night.
I hope you have a great night and good luck with your future poops. My God. Things just went from 0 to 60 so fast. Oh man, he said, and I pooped whiskey. He really did. Boofed here means put it in your ass to take inside jail. I've heard boofed used for any kind of drugs in the butt. Ooh, it's Bree calling about a work scandal. Bree always has a great call. How exciting. Hey Bree, welcome back to the courtroom. How you doing?
Hi. So to the last caller, that whiskey was not wasted. He definitely got his money's worth out of that.
Oh yeah. That's an $1,800 story. I can tell you that.
That was gold. So, one of the caller before the last reminded me of something crazy. So I kind of have like two mini stories, but whenever I first started in childcare, like my second day on the job, I catch this lady with like 10 counts of child abuse, and I report it, and she doesn't get fired. And it was about 6 months later that she got fired for cutting a child's hair. And I was like, that's crazy compared to the things that I reported on her. But
that's crazy.
Like, that's kind of why I wanted to keep that job. Is like, I'm like, oh, I need to protect the kids from this lady. She actually ended up working at another child care center, and they actually caught her on camera being rough with one of the kids, and now she's in trouble for that. So I don't know what kind of trouble, but
damn, you would think that once that she actually got in trouble for child abuse, that they would go back and find all this other shit you reported about her. You know what I mean? Like, even if nothing happened then,
exactly,
you would think once something did happen that they would have been up on it.
Oh, they were covering it up. I don't know what it was.
It's a conspiracy.
It's
That's
so
an
sad.
interesting take.
Oh yeah, I wanted to. If I see that lady, that's one lady that if I see you in public, it is on site.
Oh shit!
Like oh yeah, we're fighting.
Well, you heard it, lady.
So,
You better hope you stay in jail.
Yeah, you heard it, lady. So I used to work at a grocery store when I was 17. So this is 10 years ago. And there was this boy I thought was so cute. I'm like, let's go outside. Let's go talk. I put his pee-pee in my mouth on the clock in the back of a grocery store.
That's
good moment, proud moment. I'm sure he'll remember that forever.
Was this something that just happened in the moment, or like?
I was probably fantasizing about it, honestly, and then yeah, it was in the moment. For them, I'm sure.
Remarkable.
It's good. I'll never forget it. I'll do it again for that one person.
And if you're listening,
They're
dude,
like,
I hope
they're
these
doing
people
great.
you know hear this, because you're giving out warnings and invitations.
Here are warnings and here are your invitations, guys.
Blowjobs and ass beatings.
So-
Come get them.
They're coming.
That's remarkable. I mean, you got to do it. I mean, sex on the clock, that's as good as it gets. That's better than drugs on the clock.
You gotta do
so time theft is, we're in favor of it in this court, especially when it's for
Oh,
sex.
yeah. It was great. We were all satisfied.
Sounds like it.
All right,
Well, thank you for calling. That was a couple good ones. You kind of sandbagged me with the
Yep.
first one. Like, child abuse was the light part of that story.
Oh, God, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, one of the last callers reminded me. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Peepees. All right, thank
I
you very
definitely
much.
suppressed that one. Yeah, but I'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Bye. I mean, I assume a lot of people are having sex at work. Like that's not that shocking. It just kind of caught me off guard at the time. Let's hear some more shit at work, huh? Work stories right here. 540-583-4464. That's 540 judging. We've heard some very guilty people call in, and we've had some I would say very not innocent, but some people who I'd let off. We've heard it all so far, but I think we're just scratching the surface, honestly. The topic today is just work stories, anything that's happened at work, anything. I mean, hopefully it's funny or it's bad, either one, something horrific or something hilarious. I'm here for either. Nah, just the way she said I put his pee-pee in my mouth caught me off guard. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's what it was. And more people should say it like that. Cause like if I never met anyone else from like childhood to adult, that's how I would have said it, right? So she's onto something. Not gonna lie, Brie is awesome. Hell yeah. As far as returning caller goes, she's the tits. Seems like she has some life experience and I want to find out about it. You know? That's why we're here. That's what this kangaroo court is here for. I want to hear what happened. Got one from working Dragon Con a few years ago. I guess I'll share in a bit, I guess. Yeah, nice. Cheddar knows. It goes down at the con. Here's the thing about like comic conventions and things like that. It's like it's a rife place for theft. Thievery is afoot. I would never do something like that, but it does happen there for sure. Girl, let me come over and lay this pee-pee on you. Yo, most girls would not say no to that. I think that if you said, let me come lay this pee-pee on you, I think people would be more receptive to that than you would think. I would be. I would say yes. That's just me. Not gonna lie, I had such a big reaction because I thought I heard her say that the next thing that happened was he was peeing in my mouth. And I was like, pee-pee in the mouth is still good. I was just shocked. I was taken aback for a second because I don't hear so good. Like the way you work it. No diggity. Oh no. Smoke in front of my camera. Ruin the illusion. Just a weirdo sitting in a green room if the smoke covers the camera. I look a lot sillier in this robe in the green room, I can tell you. It's all about how you use the words. Absolutely. That's most of life, is what words you choose to use. Absolutely. Tell me about what happened to you at work. Tell me. Tell me. Just call and tell me. I know you want to. Come on. What happened? That exactly like Kayla said too. People stealing large amounts of money from work. I love to hear that shit. I love to hear that shit. That's remarkable. Okay, here's one. This isn't somewhere I worked, but it's another Subway story since we're in the Subway already. The first fast food place they built that was anywhere near my house was Subway, and they built a Subway that was attached to a fucking, oh my God. They built a Subway that was attached to a Chevron, like a little combo, and we would go to this shit every day because it was like on the way in and out of town from to where my house was. We would fucking, after wrestling practice, after football practice, you name it, we're eating Subway all the time. It was when any footlong was $5. Like the $5 footlong had just come out. So we're getting fucking sandwiches all the time. And it's the same manager from when this shit opens for like the next 5 years. Like I see this dude all the time. I go in and get some sandwiches, see this dude all the time. Then I moved. I don't ever go over there anymore. And I'm like, oh, forgot about that guy. And then like 7, 8 years later, I see this fool's face on the news. He doesn't have the Subway hat on, but from the mugshot, I recognized him. This fool killed his whole family. They found him and he killed his whole family. And I don't think he died either. I'm pretty sure they got him. But when I would tell you that I was like, this fool killed his family, and he also made me so many good sandwiches. They don't cancel each other out. I'm not standing up for him, but both were true. Like, both were true. Hey, we're going to call Dave Spaghetti.
What's up, dude? How are you?
How's it going, man? Thanks for calling.
Oh, no, man. I'm just watching you live, and I gotta say, I love you, man.
Oh, I love you too. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Like Uncle Meatball, man. I just so much love, man.
Hell yeah. What we're here for.
Hey, man. So when you're talking about the Subway killer, man, like, did he make the sandwiches, or did he target the people when he was making the sandwiches and giving them a nasty look? So he was like checking them off when he in his head or something.
No, bro, he didn't go bad on any customers. He just killed the people he lived with, like just his family. I think all his kids and maybe his wife, or just the kids. I don't remember, but he killed his whole family. It was a little heavy for me to add the whole context, but it did happen. So, but I got to tell you, also something that happened. A lot of sandwiches. He's made me at least 100 sandwiches. That's not an exaggeration.
Dude, no fucking wait, man. Wait, is he just pissed off about,
1 sec.
dealing with this?
Sorry, I'm here. There was a knocking at my door. I got handed a bowl of corn.
No way, corn, dude. No way. Was it cream corn?
Yo, I can't believe that we got someone calling into this show who sounds higher than me. Like, you sound like I know I'm the highest sounding person that's on this show. Like, that's a crown I wear heavily, but my word, you sound stoned to the bone.
Oh my god, man, there's so much corn. No, I don't. Oh my god!
Just calling him like I see him.
Okay. New topic.
Okay. So what happened to work, dog? You got a work story?
A what?
I said you got a story from work?
No.
That's
I gotta
remarkable.
call you back.
Well, if you wanted to just call and say what's up, I'm here for that too. I'm not against it.
Okay.
Well, thanks, man. I hope you light another one up right now. I'm going to. We can smoke this next one together. Thanks for calling, bro. Oh, he hung up. Yo, I gotta tell you, that was the highest dude I've ever talked to. And I am usually the highest dude anyone has ever talked to. Amazing. Amazing. Dude, poop myself and Subway. This is a good. Has to do. Hello, thanks for calling back.
Yeah, if I had to listen to that guy giggle for like 20 more seconds, I might kill myself on your live stream. I can't do it, Unc.
He was just really excited. I can't fault anybody for that.
Look, everyone is allowed to be this excited. I mean, it's a great time. It's a great time. You're doing great stuff over here, Unc. But, I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, what are we doing?
We're not here to judge. I am, but you're,
I would rather tell you about the worst things I've ever done in my entire life if it means that we don't have to endure the giggling.
Well, I'd like to hear it. So here we go.
Well, I told you about the time I pooped in a Subway.
Hard to imagine it's worse than that.
Oh, buddy. I mean, holy fucking shit, does it get worse. All right. So hands down, hands down, worst experience. Um, so, long story short, I went to New York Film Academy when I got out of the military, right? So I'm like working with like actual people that I shouldn't be working with, right? Like I went to a speech thing, like they do like these like dumb come pay $20,000 a year to go to school here and you can listen to these assholes talk. And Robert De Niro was one of the ones that was like attending their thing. Dude, I need you guys to understand what an alcoholic I was.
I think we got part of it.
'Cause okay. Fuck you, Unc. You're great. So I show up to this fucking thing. I'm hammered. And he starts doing his usual shit. And I don't know why, man, but I heckled Robert De Niro, which doesn't really go as well as you might think it would go. Because he's actually a legitimately scary person. Like, I started saying some shit, and he stood up, and when he did the neck, like, you know, the cut it off meme, it wasn't like when Jonah Hill did it. It was more like I immediately was fearful for my life, and very suddenly there were a lot of motherfuckers around me very quickly. And I was like, all right, cool. I'm getting escorted out of here. Who gives a fucking shit? Cut to about 8 minutes later, Robert De Niro is right in my fucking face. And he's like, are you that piece of shit? You that piece of shit that was talking all that shit? And I was like, no, sir. And he immediately knows I'm lying through my fucking teeth, Unc. So this dude is just staring at me from maybe, I'm not even kidding, maybe 18 inches away. And he's just like, look, it's either going to go two ways. You could just say that you've been fucking with me and we can go about our day, or you could lie right to my face. I'm going to have these big black guys beat the shit out of you.
And
Unc,
did you tell him the
those
truth?
black guys beat the fucking shit out of me.
Sometimes you just got to double down on the lie. I've said it before in this courtroom. You just got to double down. I will say this.
The thing is,
oh, go ahead.
The thing is, I tried so hard to double down, but this is the big problem, and I promise this is so real, and this is exactly what was going through my head, man. As I was trying to double down, I kept thinking about fucking James Franco's brother doing the Robert Downey or
the Robert De Niro impression, yeah.
I kept thinking about that, where he's like, "The fuck are you looking? What are you doing? What's good? What are you doing?" I kept thinking about that, and I kept almost laughing. And I at the time, goddamn, I'm just digging my own hole. So at the time, that week I had tripped, and I knocked two of my front teeth out. So when I was laughing, I was trying to cover my mouth too, because I didn't want Robert to know that I was missing front teeth. And so I'm like laughing, but I'm covering my mouth. But also the problem is I was wearing huge gold chains. So I looked like the craziest person that you've maybe ever seen. I'm rocking like $3,800 in like the most obnoxious gold chains, but covering my mouth because I'm missing all my front teeth.
I got to tell you, if you're going to get beat up when you're missing your front teeth is probably the best time. I got to tell you, this in no way was worse than you butt chugging the whiskey and pooping it out. That's in no way worse than that. They're not even in the same ballpark. It's not even the same sport. There's no way that that's a worse thing you did than the other thing.
Well, Unc, here's the thing. I got to give you the grand exit of this.
I'll allow it.
Robert's security had me escorted out, and they started kicking the shit out of me, and I pissed my pants. Yeah.
That's still not as bad. It's still not as bad. Thanks for calling back, bro. Appreciate you.
You don't think so?
No, definitely not.
You don't think it?
No, definitely not. It's definitely not worse. Pooping alcohol is much worse. Also, I don't want to stop believing how good that first story was. So I'm gonna block out that second one. God damn it. I believe him, but it was just too many things going on. He was like a half step away from Robert De Niro saying, like, you talking to me? Where you say you talking to me? Man, that's in no way worse than pooping in a subway, for sure. For sure. I'm gonna rule on that one. Nope. Call in and tell me something that happened to you at work. 540-583-4464. What happened? What happened at work? Have I ever had a KFC double down? Fucking delicious. Not a waste of chicken. Delicious. They should bring that shit back. Also, the naked chalupa from Taco Bell, where the chicken is the shell of the taco. I would get that with none of the bullshit, and then I would add ground beef. So it was like ground beef inside a piece of fried chicken. Man. I had Mario order me one and come bring it over one time, and he goes, the dude at the window when I ordered with this went, yo, that's probably going to be good as fuck. And it was. Take a bite of this here corn behind my desk. He said he was butt chugging 30-year whiskey. I'm sure nobody gets fucked up like dudes in the military because they can't do like real drugs most of the time, right? Sure, they're getting drunk as fuck. All right. Hate to keep rehapping, but I got to tell you, we have heard some doozies. We really have heard some doozies so far. What's in the corn I have to know? It's corn, mayo, cotija, and chili powder. I think that's it. Or tahini. I think it's both, maybe. Delicious. On the phone now, but still watching. I'll call in a second. There's nobody you really need to talk to more than me, but it is a wonderful thing. Hispanics, absolutely. I don't really use that word. I don't know why. Trying to think of some more work things. I really don't have enough work experience to even chime in more than a couple, to be honest with you. It is a wonderful thing. Man, I'm gonna have to smoke this other blunt. I'm losing some steam. We gotta go. We gotta keep going. You don't feel like you have to top the last story. Just call and contribute. All right. Light skinned Mexicans are royalty. Absolutely. The good ones. That's a terrible thing to say. I'm just kidding. But what I miss? Nothing really crazy, I wouldn't say. Nothing that I would even guarantee to be credible. These fools probably end up in all kinds of crazy schools when they get out of the military because the military pays for whatever, right? So bust out the bong. I don't really smoke bongs, bro. I just smoke blunts. I just got a new little dabbuccino, but Other than that, dabs and blunts, man. That's what life is for. Which brings us to our next point. Today's sponsor of the show is Delta Breeze Cannabis. Get yours today. If you live in California and you want Delta Breeze at a dispensary near you, shoot me a DM and I will get it in there. Really great weed at the best prices. Also, shout out to Mountain. They have sent a keyboard and several accessories. The main technical support for this show, really, I would say. So check out Mountain, the Everest Max keyboard, fantastic keyboards, all kinds of peripherals. Really, I have a bunch of good shit. I want a mini dab rig. Yeah, bro. Mario has a little Puffco. Mario's got he's had a couple Puffcos. Phone lines are open now. If you call in, you can get straight to the dope. That's me, 540-583-4464. Call me and tell me something you did at work. I want to hear about it. Tell me something that happened to you, you know? It's a good time to say drop a follow, drop a sub anywhere that you're watching from. Follow me. Let's watch it. Let's do it again because we're going to have a new topic on Wednesday and on Friday. We're doing the show 3 days a week for this is the 4th week. Pretty good. Month of meatball. Pretty good. Funny animal stories. That's a good one. Animal stories. I'll add that to my list. Anybody that wants to throw out some topics, that's fine. And if you want to call with something that's not on topic, that's fine too. I gotta tell you, I just full on lost my train of thought. Lost exactly what I was saying. But nope, it's gone. Oh, the topics, yeah. Let's do it. If you want to call in off topic, that's fine too. My favorite story so far. When Becca got held up at gunpoint by the meth guy. Also, the other Becca story. God, how can I even forget it? It was so crazy. I honestly am sorry. I've heard so many crazy stories now. They're starting to blur together. Like it has only been, this is like the 10th episode of this shit. This is the 10th episode of this show. I have heard so many fucking crazy stories so far. When Drew called in about that girl having a baby that wasn't his, that's a good one. I think there's been a couple meth stories. I really liked. We really heard some crazy stories on that episode where I was drunk. I have to go back and watch it still because I was mostly blacked out, but I remember some of the stories being absolutely insane. We need Becca to call in now. That's true. Becca, where are you at? This has got to be Drew, I think. 16 total calls sounds like a lot. Hello. Thanks for calling.
What's up, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Just had to, inebriate a little bit before I called in.
Heard that.
All right, so I guess the one story, it's kind of a crazy story, is fucking Dragon Con a few years ago. I work Dragon Con every year. I sell alcoholic ice cream to people.
That's interesting.
Is
that your main job?
Oh, no, it's just it's a business that I used to work with a few years ago that I'll still do events with. They sell alcoholic ice cream. That's pretty good. All right, so I'm working Dragon Con one year a few years ago, and this lady keeps coming around. Like, I'm probably maybe about like 28 at this point. She's like, I'd say like in her 40s or so. But, she's like 5 feet tall, like maybe 120 pounds, sopping wet. Friggin', she keeps coming up to me like over the course of like 2 days. And finally one night I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, I'll stay the night with you, because she's like, oh, I'm an executive, I have a room upstairs, I put this whole like Dragon Con thing together in this hotel. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll stay with you one night. And now so I end up staying the night over at Dragon Con. Friggin' she gets me into a rave and stuff, gets me like all the passes and badges that I need. Uh we end up fucking, like, not just once but like twice. Like, I'm just looking out like over the windows in the 17th floor fucking balcony. I'm like, all right, cool, this is it, I've made it. That's like the most badass feeling I've ever had, is being on the top of the skyrise in downtown Atlanta.
I don't know if this is wrong to say, and I don't want to be canceled if it is, but if you are having sex with a lady that's much more successful than you and has actually put this event together, you got to try to knock her up. Like, you got to basically be like a lady that's banging an NBA player. Like, you got to pull out all the stops. You got to make it happen.
See, I thought about that. I'm like, man, I probably should have locked it down or like kept up with her or something. But no, I mean, she was good looking too. Like, she was, you know, slim, had a good face, had a nice body and all that. Just I don't know. I guess I just hit it and quit it, but I never followed up.
Did you ever think maybe that she hit it and quit it, and she was like, I'm not gonna fuck this ice cream dude again. Get the fuck out of here.
No, because she kept hitting me up, being like, "Oh, fucking, when are you gonna come around here again and stuff?" And no, she was persistent. I was not.
All right, I just had to see if that was maybe possible. Well, that's pretty good.
No, but it's something with me.
So did you ever see anybody get like too fucked? Did you ever overserve anybody on ice cream? Like, did you ever see anybody get really fucked up on this ice cream shit and throw up?
Not directly. There is like this big built muscular gay dude that would come around, like, I swear, like every 20 minutes, and I'd hook him up with a shit ton of ice cream just because he had a good personality. And the next day I remember his partner or whatever came up, and he's like, yeah, no, he had to go home. He got too fucked up on ice cream.
Oh shit. That's pretty good. I mean,
No,
I was hoping it was going to be more
possible.
extreme than that, but still pretty good.
I had to think about it, man. This was like the most. My girl did tell me, she's like, oh, so I was trying to get her to call in with the story. She's like, tell the one about her mom's a RN, and you know she had to take care of a coma patient one time, and you have to clean their whole body while they're laying there. And so she starts, you know, like cleaning his body and cleaning his junk, and she's trying to get the smegma, which is dick cheese basically, off of an uncircumcised guy. And like, she's sitting there scrubbing and scrubbing. She's like, I've been sitting there scrubbing for like 10 minutes. All of a sudden I noticed he's erect. I've been jacking off a guy that's in a coma for the past 15 minutes.
This dude's just really good at faking. He's like really good at faking.
You know, no, he's got the commitment, like blue ribbon.
Well, if she didn't finish after that, then that's abuse. It wasn't abuse till she didn't finish. Now that's wrong.
No, he's gonna wake up and be a little pissed off. He's like, I was having the best dream.
Now I'm in a coma and I'm grumpy.
Right? He's probably fully conscious, being like, please just fucking finish.
Well, thanks, Drew. That little one you dropped right there at the end, that just made this whole thing worth it.
No problem, man. I try to, you know,
Appreciate you.
No problem, man.
Have a good one.
Eddie.
First of all, like, jerking off a dude in a coma is almost as good as helping like a Make-A-Wish kid, because no one else is gonna do it. You know what I mean? No one else is gonna do it. And I think that if they hired someone at each hospital to go through and just start jerking off everybody that was in a coma and see if they'd wake up, I think we'd see some results. I'm not saying it would work a lot, but I think we would see some results, and I think we would be surprised. I'm not a scientist, I'm a judge, but I think that it's at least worth studying. What's the harm? They're already asleep. Hey, thanks for sending the stars, Becca. And yo, thanks for following 4D3MO. Oh, I know that this is Adam. Oh, Adam. Is this my friend Adam? I hope so. You're a genius. I'm just saying I'm good for hypothesis. I can't give any other part of the experiment, but I'm good for ideas, you know? My mother-in-law accidentally jerked off a coma patient. That's quite a subtitle. Quite a subtitle. Also, if anybody who's in the medical field is watching this shit, please call, because I know you have the best work stories. We've had a couple on this shit. So the first time I asked somebody from a medical background to call in, they told a story about some dude coming in with a Nerf football in his butt. And I know that that's like a really like a stereotypical nurse story is people come up with things in their butt. That doesn't mean I don't want to hear about it. I still absolutely want to hear about it. Not like a regular football and Nerf football. I got a notification on Facebook that you were live and I don't remember following you, so I put on the detective hat and found your Twitch. Yo, you just did it. You just tracked my digital footprint like a computer Native American. Thank you, Facebook algorithm. Hell yeah, bro. Yo, if you didn't remember following me, then you need to go back to my Facebook page and watch all the TikTok compilations, because as good as this judge shit is, TikToks are where it's at, bro. I'm making all the good TikTok videos. Go back and watch it. That's probably why you followed. If you don't know why you're following my page, it's because it's from the TikTok compilations. Guaranteed. Damn, internet is crazy. Yeah, bro. Don't come to my house next, but thanks for finding me. I appreciate you. Thanks for following too. Call in and tell me something about work. 540-583-4464. Topic of the day is work stories. We like to have a lot of fun in this courtroom, but there's nothing fun about abusing coma patients. So let's just take a second and say that as many jokes as we tell, please don't go and jerk off coma patients. Just because I said to, I don't want to be held up liable for that. I want to call, but I'm working. Becca, every time I've ever talked to you, you've literally been at work. So I don't want to hear that, but I will wait till you're less busy. She works like overnight at a factory where she just has to check in some people as they drive in here and there. So I know that anytime she's ever been on my gaming or judge stream, I know she's been at work. So that's not an excuse. Meatball makes appearances in compilations and I love it. Yeah, I got to put my own shit in there, because if not, what am I doing? You know what I mean? If not, I haven't had a judge clip be short enough to put in a comp, but you better believe as soon as I do, it's in there. Yeah, you're right. No pressure. Call when you want to. I'm not trying to get you in trouble, but we'll collectively call in a bomb threat. Yo, this isn't even really a story because my homie didn't do it, but my old roommate, we were living together and he had a shift. He worked at Rubio's as a chef, and he was like, maybe I'll call in a bomb threat so I don't have to work. And he was kind of joking. Then I saw him, like, the wheel started turning and he was like, I mean, there's a payphone right here at the store by our house. Like he was like, I saw him going through it for like and he was like, I'm going to go do it. And I think he even left the house to go do it. And then he just got some shit at that store and went to work. But it was like, he was that close to going to jail, you know? I guess I should take these times where no one's calling to take a couple bites of this. That sounds responsible. Well, here's the thing. If you're going to do something stupid, you should think about it. Not to stop yourself, But you just got to get past, like, you don't want to get caught up on the first hang up. You know what I mean? You got to try to get a little bit into this scheme before you get caught. This corn is cold, but I haven't eaten today really, so got to get it in there. I'm a hungry judge. Thanks for anybody that's followed or subbed. Thanks, Mike, for gifting some subs. We're slowly building. Still somehow less than 200 followers on Twitch, but we're popping off everywhere else, so I'll take it. Shout out to everybody in the Facebook group watching too. Those are my babies. Yo, what's up, Cameron? Thanks for popping in. We're telling stories from work, Cameron. If you want to tell a work story, call in 540-583-4464. Something that happened at work to you or someone you worked with. Just about to lay down, just made it home. Well, thanks for hopping on. I still vote we do a getting in trouble at school episode. Didn't we? Didn't we not? I thought maybe the episode where we got in trouble at work, we also did get in trouble at school. Because I think I think what happened is I told a bunch of stories where I got in trouble at school because I didn't have any stories where I got in trouble at work. So maybe that's what I'm thinking of. But yes, I do want to do that episode. Because I also have other times that I still haven't even talked about where I got in trouble at school. And I've told at least like 6 times. Felt that cold corn smacks when you ate all day. Fuck yeah, bro. I'm surprised I'm sitting down eating. I want to go eat it over the sink like a rat. We did do it a little bit, but only kind of, yeah. I got all the school stories. I was a bad kid. Yo, nothing is more fun than being bad at school or not doing school when you're supposed to. And it only gets like more fun in college. Me and my homie used to love, like, we hated school, bro. Like, we would go, if I get to a college class before the teacher, I'm out. Like, I'm out. I barely want to be there already. I'm not waiting. So, like, I would go sit down. We would be at our desks and we'd be like, you want to leave? And he'd be like, yeah. And we would just go. We'd drive all the way to school smoking. We'd go to class and we'd be like, fuck it. And then we'd leave. Like that. It was still felt so good that it made it all worth it. The feeling of missing school made it so worth it. Hey, thanks for the follow. Ray K. Nico. Pretty good name. Pretty good name. I have a crazy work meth story. Becca, I knew you did. This is what we hold out for. You know what I mean? This is what we hold out for. I'm waiting. Phone lines are open. If you want to call and get a call in for Becca tells this crazy ass story and tops the whole episode, go for it. 540-583-4464. We're about to hear some crazy stories, and we've heard some crazy ones already. So I'm here for it. You know what I mean? I'm absolutely here for it. You have to tell a story about the substitute teacher that you, AJ, and Tanner destroyed that you saw at Walmart. What's worse is she was our real teacher. I'll save that. I'll save that for the school episode. But yeah, Miss Parsatarthy sent a letter to my house all the time saying they were gonna arrest my parents because I've been skipping. Yep, same thing for me, bud. Been there. Phone lines are open. If you want to call, I'll answer. Pick up the phone like this. Hello, right away. So if you want to call, I'm here for you. I was like, call next time I got a bunch of work stories. Call me out on my promise to call. No, thanks for popping in, man. Have a good night. Appreciate you. You can call some other time. Let's get a call going. I just had more viewers than ever for a second, but then nobody was calling and they left. So we're literally missing opportunities as this happened. Yo, thanks for sharing the stream, Bree. That's what's up. Appreciate you. Any other suggestions for topics is good too. We got, what do we hear today? Animal stories and school. Those are the 2 suggestions so far. Ooh, we're getting a call. Oh, this is somebody who's never called before. Let's go. I'll just say what's up. There's no time. We need to hear stories. But yes, some other time. Maybe. If we hit another lull like that when no one calls, you can call in and say whatever. Yeah, do the bomb threat. How's it going?
Yeah, so I just had like a quick one. I worked I worked at like a nice a good dining, like upscale dining place in Seattle. Sorry, I can hear my other fucking phone.
Sorry
And
about that.
but the thing is that I had an experience pretty close to yours where one day a bunch of people got really sick of the shit and they were like, "Hey, we could just call a bomb threat in."
How close did you guys come to doing it?
Oh, they did it.
Oh, okay. What happened next?
Oh, buddy. Oh, dog. Not good. Because the restaurant was situated on the pier in Seattle, which is directly next to a ferry.
Oh man.
So not only did our like restaurant get evacuated, but the ferry next to the restaurant, like that had to get evacuated, and it was immediately considered an act of terrorism.
So were they like on your guys' ass, or like was you guys used a payphone? I hope.
Oh,
Like,
dude.
did it?
So it was my buddy. You know what? Fuck him. I don't even care. I haven't seen him in years. So it was my buddy Jerry, and I haven't seen Jerry in years. I don't give a shit. So Jerry was the one that did it, and there was a payphone across the street. And the way that it worked was, so we weren't allowed to smoke cigarettes or anything like that because it was like a super shitty upscale restaurant. Like they fucking hated us, we hated them, right? So we had to go. We had to take an elevator down where the like if you took the elevator down, that's where you would take all the laundry and shit. So that's where you snuck cigarettes, and that's also where you would steal all the alcohol. That part was great. However, this idiot decided that he was going to do that from the payphone right below, instead of the payphone across the street, which would have been way better. And he did it on shift. So it didn't take them very long to figure out who did this. But yeah.
And so what happened to him?
I mean, so like 2 days later, that we knew for a fact that he was like in jail. Like for sure he was in jail. But he kind of fucked up worse because when they didn't arrest him at the restaurant, obviously. But when they did like do the thing where they're like, okay, we can trace the call or whatever, and then like everyone knew whose voice it was, they just asked, they were like, all right, whose fucking voice is this? And everyone was like, that's Jerry, dude. That's Jerry. And when they did do the whole like, oh, that's Jerry thing, like unbeknownst to all of us, they went to his fucking apartment, and like apparently he just had tons of fucking narcotics.
A server
And
on
it
drugs.
was kind of just like, well, not even. Look, I mean, I'm a line cook, man. I don't really give a shit. Like you do you. But apparently he had like a ton of shit in his shit, and that was that.
So when you said you haven't seen this fool in years, it's because he's still in jail. A terrorism charge and drugs. It's because he's still in jail.
Oh no, he's still in prison. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that is remarkable.
The best part is he tried to he called like a year later. He tried to get, I won't say his name because he's a good guy, but he tried to call one of the managers to be like, hey, can you help me out? And he was like, are you dumb? Like, no, dude. I hope you die in that prison cell.
He really
you are
might.
Crazy. You're crazy.
He really might. That's incredible.
Oh.
Thank you so much for calling, dude. Thank you I'm so happy that I brought up my shit that made you call in. Like, for real. Thank you so much for calling.
Oh, for sure, Unc.
Have a good one. What a wild fucking story for him to be like, I got a quick one. Okay, Becca's been on hold for 5 fucking minutes. Becca, thanks for holding. Welcome back. Lay it on me.
Hey, what's up? Okay, so I'm kind of like this one. I got a crazy fucking story. Okay, so when I first moved, like I moved to Iowa before I moved to Nebraska, and I was like living in this trailer in the middle of fucking nowhere, in like the bluffs of Iowa, and I had like just brought a bunch of fucking meth with me from South Dakota when I moved.
Imported.
And so I'm just fucked up, like, for fucking weeks by myself in the middle of fucking nowhere in this fucking trailer. And I decide it's a really good idea to go get a job. So I'm looking around, and it was a good idea. I should have kept with it,
Yeah,
but I didn't.
that is a good idea.
Anyway, I went into the town, which is like, I don't know, like 20, 30 minutes in, and I applied at Pizza Hut, and because I had already worked at a Pizza Hut prior to that, they had just hired me on the spot. And I started like a couple days later, and like I wasn't like doing that much dope at the time. I was just kind of like, well, I'll just do my job, you know. So I was going to work, like I did really good the first couple weeks, and then I decided to get really fucked off on like dope. So I got really fucking high, and I had convinced myself, oh god, this is so embarrassing. I convinced myself that I was driving delivery for Pizza Hut when I didn't even do delivery for Pizza Hut. And I'm just like, I went into Pizza Hut and asked if I was working, and my boss was really confused because she was like, no, you don't work until for 2 days from now. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure I work today. And she was like, what is wrong with you? I'm just like super fucked up just in the back trying to like work, and like she was like, you do not work today. And so, like, I'm just really fucked up. I'm like, telling her, I'm like, dude, I do work today. I promise you. And she's, like, showing me the schedule. And I'm telling you, I swear to God, I work today. And when I fucking left, I was, like, driving around for, like, ever. Like, I thought I was making pizza delivery. I had been up for, like, several days on end. And I'm, like, at my job. This is how I lost this job, by the way. And I ended up going back again a second time, and she was like, dude, something is up. She's like, you have to leave right now. She's like, you need to bring your badge back, or your name tag back, and your shirts back. And I was like, okay. So I left, and on the way, like, to my trailer, I fell asleep, and I fucking went into the ditch, and I ran into a goat in the ditch.
Oh,
like,
my
I hit a fence, and there was a goat there.
So you've lost your job. You've killed a goat.
Yep.
You've totaled your
And
car. I'm assuming.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I get okay. The person, and even crazier is like I didn't have a working phone at the time, and so all I could do was call 911, and I had a bunch of meth in my pocket. Okay, and the fucking the sheriff shows up, and he's got a drug dog in the back of his car, and he makes me get in the passenger seat of the car, and the dog is in the back, just fucking barking his head up, and he goes, "Oh, she does that sometimes."
So
I'm
then
just like
you're
freaking
caught
out
up
because I
with
have
the
drugs in my
police?
pocket. No, I didn't get in trouble, dude. I told them I fucking sneezed.
Wow, I didn't
He
think at the
believed
end of
me.
this story
I
I
was
was gonna
so
say that
fun.
you got pretty lucky, but I guess you got pretty lucky.
Yeah. And then a fucking tow truck driver came and pulled me out, and I was fucking bawling my eyes out, and so he paid for my tow.
Oh, that's fantastic.
You know what I mean?
you thought you were about to have
Yeah.
to trade him some of your meth. Next thing you know, you got a free tow.
Yeah, just because I was crying.
That's
Yeah,
incredible.
that was crazy.
That's
It's
the first time I've
embarrassing
ever
as
heard
fuck
a meth
because, like,
story end up with someone falling asleep at the wheel. That's not usually
well,
how
because
those
I had
go.
been up for like days. Yeah, but I had been up for like a while.
Fantastic. Well, I'm gonna say
Yeah.
that was you're guilty on that one. It sounds like you know too.
Yeah, for sure,
but-
definitely. No,
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely fucked up there.
As
I
a
lost my
punishment,
job.
though, I
it was
don't think you
hard.
can make any more deliveries for Pizza Hut, maybe ever again.
I will never work for Pizza Hut again. Don't work there if you have.
I don't
op.
think it's even your choice at this
It's-
point, but yeah, thank you so much for calling.
Oh yeah. I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you next time. My word. Oh man. Becca, always appreciate it. God damn it. Thanks for calling. That's like the third good meth story she's called in with. Can't beat it. What else could you want from that? You know what I mean? All that pussy. Yo, fantastic that the cops didn't catch her up. Like I thought she was gonna end up in jail during that story, so it actually almost had a happy ending. That poor goat though, wrong place at the wrong time. You know what I mean? I don't mean to victim blame the goat, but you know, they're dead and she's not. So what are we gonna all do? Live in the past? Call in and tell me some stories that happened to you at work. 540-583-4464. We're telling work stories, baby, at 540 judging. We to think that like to be high on drugs and the delusions are work related, that is heartbreaking. Like drugs, you're supposed to be having fun. You're supposed to be escaping your problems, and you're high and you think you need to go into work. You're not even scheduled. You think you got to deliver pizzas. That's not even your job. Like that is a heartbreaking story on drugs because it doesn't even sound fun. Like, you know what I mean? Oh shit. Meth is a hell of a drug, Your Honor. Absolutely. Like always has the good stories. Yeah, absolutely she does. Several people have said that she's their favorite caller, and they're not wrong. They're not wrong. It's just crazy that as wild and far-reaching as that story was, it was still based around the fact that she was at work. Like she was also still working. I took hella Zans at work one time and they made me leave. I love that job, but they let me get away with a lot. That's hilarious that you're that fucked up that they were like, hey, you better go home. Like, you're not in trouble, but you can't be here right now. Drew said, Becca, we would have had some fun a few years ago. That's funny. Trying to put you in the mental asylum, Becca. Don't listen. Doesn't go good. I've heard how it goes. Oh, that's one of my favorite stories. I'm so glad I just remembered that. Somebody asked my favorite story when Drew called and said that he did acid with a girl and she ended up in the mental asylum. And then I asked what happened to her and he said they've been together for 6 years still. That might be my favorite story. That bomb threat one is also up there. Because it had a definitive ending. The bomb threat dude went to jail. He's still in jail now. Like, that's what we do it for. That's why I wake up every other day and put on this judge robe. Because I need to hear things like that. That's the best meet cute story. Yo, if they made a rom-com about that story, I'm gonna write it. I'm writing the screenplay. Drew, I need the rights. Send them to me. Because I'm telling you, you could do a romantic comedy with that plot. It would be fucking stupid, but I would watch it. I would watch it. The roommate story when the guy skipped the country. Yes, and also the roommate story. Is that the same story where the guy was dead too? I think so. I was drunk during that. But also the roommate story where Mig caught his roommate jerking off to child porn and he beat the shit out of him and threw him out. That was also, that's easily a top 2 story. That's easily a top 2 story. So yeah, so those are some doozies. Skip school to donate blood. You're a sweetheart, Dylan. Dylan, are you the guy from before? You're the second RN? Or am I remembering wrong? Please, someone that's a nurse, call and tell me a work story. Please. Please. I don't have a lamp. I don't have enough. I'm just trying to manifest this. Please. Please, someone that works in a hospital, call and tell me a work story. Please. I don't ask for a lot, but I know what I want. Yes, I am an RN. I knew it. I remember you from last time, Dylan. You're the one I was trying to get to call last time. But yeah, so we need to hear work stories. Work stories, 540-583-4464. Tell me some crazy shit that happened at work. Were you on meth delivering pizzas? Were you calling in a bomb threat? Were you fighting somebody that was breaking into your homie's car? What were you doing at work? Call it and let me know. I don't have any crazy work stories related to drugs. No, it doesn't have to be related to drugs. Today's is just work stories. Any work story, I'm here for it. Doesn't have to be drug related. That's just how it's kind of been working out. I don't know why. Some crazy motherfuckers. Yeah, absolutely some crazy motherfuckers. This is a good time. I'll just hop on Twitch and say, join the Discord. If you're watching right now, join the Discord. Drop in. Drop some topics. If you have some suggestions for anything. PP related, anyone? Absolutely, Bree. I did have a patient who was thrilled that he let out the most satisfying fart. I mean, if a fart is not coming out and then it does, that's one of the biggest reliefs you can have. Fuck it, I got paid. Let's go grocery shopping. Let's go. Well, you heard it. My wife's trying to get me to turn the show off. That means we're on the clock. If somebody doesn't call, I'm going to have to end this show because my wife wants to go shopping. I'm going to put this music on and somebody has 30 seconds to call or we're ending this episode and it's great. So I'm going to hold you guys hostage. Here we go. I love Marie Callender's pot pies. I'll run it. I'll wait another 30 seconds and I won't even play the music. Thanks for watching. Everybody who called in, thank you so much. We really had a great episode. We heard some fucking crazy work stories and I had a great time. So I hope you guys had a good time watching. We're going to be back Wednesday. I don't have the topic picked yet, so join the Discord or hit me up in the DMs on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Great Uncle Meatball, TikTok, you name it, Great Uncle Meatball across the board. Hit me up in the DMs, hit me up on Discord, suggest a topic. Wednesday at 7 p.m. We're going to be back, and I can't wait. I honestly can't wait. I'm going to go to bed right now and sleep until then because I cannot wait. I'll see you guys Wednesday night, and we are going to fucking get it on for sure. So, court is adjourned.